What has that to do with what we do? Just like anything else in life, we have goals. We all have goals. Sometimes, it's maybe the beginning of the year when we set resolution and things like that. But how do we know if we're going to achieve that goal or not? So at the end of it all, for sprint planning, we started sprint planning. If your sprint is 2 weeks, then we started 2 weeks ago. At the end of the sprint, we do what's called a sprint review. So as its name implies, it is time that we review what we have done. Okay? It's not about faking it. Now, what do you mean by faking it? A lot often I see team members, they put out PowerPoint presentation. They put out a slides. Well, how do I know that's real? If you're working on a piece of software, you should be showing working tested software. Right? So for me, my goal was to be able to do a sidekick at a specific height. Would it be fair for me to just show a picture and cut and paste that and show it? No, I should be able to execute the kick and show it to you that I can do it. Right? And if I fail in executing the kick, I should be transparent about it and say, hey, I did not achieve my goal. Similar with sprint review, we started the sprint planning saying we're going to achieve X, Y, and Z. If we achieve all X, Y, and Z, yay, we should celebrate. But if we did not, we should be transparent enough to say, hey, here's where we're at, and we didn't achieve the goal. So who should be at sprint review? Well, everybody cares about the software. Everybody cares about the work that you do. Maybe it's the CEO. Maybe it's the users. Maybe it's the managers. Everybody that has interest in the software or in the product that you're building. So they should show up at sprint review. And this is where you're transparent about it. You're showing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right? If it's good, you show it. If it's bad, yeah. So one of the things we talk about is that at sprint review, what do we show? We only show the stuff that is done. Done means it's fully tested, ready to go, ready to be deployed to production. Why do we do that? Well, this is where when you get feedback, you want feedback. So sprint review isn't about just celebration. Hey, here's what we got and we achieved this. But we need to also get feedback. Did we do what we set out to do, and did it accomplish the right results that we want? Basically, users, CEO, whoever's interested, say, did we accomplish what you asked us to do? Is this in the right direction? Now, if you don't get feedback, what's the point of an sprint review? It might just be a demo. That's why it's not called a demo. It's called a review. You review what you've done, right, and say, hey, how can we do better? So at the end of the sprint review, I usually like to do a fist of 5. I'll ask the whole room and says, we're going to do a fist 5 real quick. On a count of 3, just drop in 0 or 5. The question I usually ask is, did you see what you like? 0 means you don't like it. Or basically, I kind of use very, very negative, which is we should all be fired. Or 5 will head in the right direction, or 4 will head in the right direction, and you want to see more. Ask that question. Now, it's not really in the numbers that we're looking for. Kind of we're trying to get to a 4 or 5. But ideally, I want a conversation. I want to get a feedback going. So if somebody says a 3, for example, well, okay, the next question I'll ask is, cool, awesome. Well, why is it I give you a 3, and what can we do to get it from a 3 to a 4? Or from a 4 to a 5? Right? Or even if everybody says 5, why do you give us 5? The answer may be, well, I'm shy, or this is the first time seeing this, and things like that. And that's okay. You want to get that feedback. You want to solicit that feedback, and it has to be an honest, open feedback. So you want to establish that. You want to establish that is the mode of operation, how we conduct agile development or Scrum. So we want that sprint review. So do it at the end of the sprint. Show the stuff that is done, which is fully tested, fully reviewed, ready to be deployed. Okay? It has to be also been approved by a product owner already. If it has not, that means it hasn't gone through everything. You haven't checked your acceptance criteria. So you want to go through all those things. So that's sprint review. Okay, sprint review should be a real simple of showing what you've done and what you've accomplished for the sprint. Hence the name sprint review. Okay, All right, so the format should be easy. Some people ask, well, how should I run this format? What format could I follow? Real simple. Based on that sprint review, what do you need to do? Okay, so what you set out to do, what was your goal? Then you show them what you've achieved. And if you don't achieve what you set to go, say it. Now, you don't have to show partial work. We're not looking for partial work here. You don't get credits for partial work. Basically, hey, this is what we accomplished. This is what we did not accomplish. And maybe talk about what we're going to do next sprint. Usually, you do have a plan coming to the next sprint as to what you want to do. If you haven't finished what you set out to do, does it go into the backlog? Does it not? Then ask for the feedback. That, in a nutshell, is a sprint review. Hope that helps. Bye.